Hello everybody, today we are at the Setagaya Boroichi Market, which is held on the 15th and 16th of both January and December each year, and this was filmed in December 2024. So this Boroichi is super popular and can have 200,000 visitors in one day, and it has a long history dating back to 1578, though it's changed its name and form a few times. Here's a box of traditional or dento kokeshi. It looks as though they're all 800 yen each in this box, so around $5 US. By the way, I usually convert all prices into US dollars in the edit and add them to the video, but that takes quite a lot of time for me, and also with the fluctuation of the market, someone watching this in a year's time, it might not make sense to them. So today I'm just going to insert a conversion rate here as at around the time this video is going out. So here you go. Hopefully this will help with making your conversions to your own currency. Here's a very retro booth. I really like the Japan Airlines bag, probably because I love cranes and that's in their logo. So early on, I have come to my favorite type of stall, which are the ones with antique and vintage dishes. Most of them tend to be from the Meiji, Taisho, and early Showa periods. So late 19th to mid 20th century, though some date before, sort of late Edo period. This is pretty at 500 yen. Prices at the markets are generally considerably less than from an antique store, but they may have some wear, and that's not necessarily from usage, but it could be from how or where they were stored. So this is using both transfer technique for the light blue background and then hand painted. It's a nice chrysanthemum pattern on this one. The green transferware is often attributed to the Taisho period, but usually I see that they're a lighter kind of olive green. And here we have the crane and Minogame turtle, both symbolizing longevity. So welcome back everyone. Thank you for joining me again. I hope you're having a great start to 2025. And welcome everybody who's joining us for the first time. I'm Michelle. I'm half Japanese and from Tokyo, and I make come thrifting or come antiquing with me content. So I am not an expert or a specialist. I just share whatever knowledge I have. So welcome to the channel. With those imperfect ones where the transfer isn't lined up properly, I always wonder what the story is behind that, like whether the person's really tired and lost concentration, or is hungry or had enough for the day. You know, there must be a story. That little red and gold mark there indicates usually that it's from the Meiji period. I've seen them identified as so in antique ceramic stores. This is definitely Meiji period, gorgeous transferware. I think it worked with all kinds of cuisine, not just Japanese. And some vessels you can use for sake decanting or even as a vase or ornamental. I was only going to film today and not buy anything, but look at the surprise crane on the back. I have to buy this one. By the way, I do have a Mercari Japan shop, which I only sell domestically, and I don't advertise it because it's not on brand with the content on this channel. I don't necessarily sell just Japanese things. I list all kinds of things, mainly non-Japanese, actually, because that's the market here. However, big announcement, there is now a Tokyo Teak online shop, yay, where I'm listing items for international sale. And I've just done a test run with a friend in England who has kindly purchased some Kokeshi, and all seems to have gone well. So now I can officially launch it. So if you'd like to take a look, it's thetokyoteak.com. There's a link in the description box below, and here's a QR code too. These bags have been made by vintage Oshima Tsumugi fabric. This is high quality hand-spun silk that's been dyed with mud. Some more bags made of other vintage kimono fabric. Beautiful deep cranberry colored cut glass. The 5-bead or gotama soroban abacus. And then we have some men's kimono hanging up here. And now we're going to go into the more crowded section of the market. So let's go. The one on the left looks like woodblock print and the right looks like machine print, but when you look closer and from the price point, you can tell the left is also machine printed. There were a few booths selling vinyl records this time. I think I spotted around 4. This is another one of my favorite stalls. Usually it's in the same spot. If there's no price label, then the price is indicated by the sticker color. So 500 yen for green, 300 yen for red. They have labels also with what period they're from, which is useful. They look like kites, which traditionally we fly on New Year's Day or during that week. This one's even older, from the late Edo period, and then Meiji, but it doesn't say whenabouts within that period. It's in pretty good condition. More Meiji transferware. It has a bit of crazing, but it's still usable. There's a sign there saying, please do not microwave. Definitely do not. Here's a late Edo period soba choco for your noodle dipping broth or sauce. So many choices. What do you prefer, hand-painted or transferware? I think they both have their own charm. A box of obijime, which are obi belt ties. There's actually a fair few studio pottery stalls too, with potters bringing their wares from different parts of Japan. So you can find brand new pieces here too. A hanten coat. The ladies next to me are discussing how they can be 40 to 50,000 yen. They're even higher if they're from the Edo period. Some more artisan stalls. I think they had some lacquerware, and this one is more pottery. They are from Nagano Prefecture. This stall looks like it's mainly got non-Japanese items. I love this brass piece. Very pretty. Looks like there was a Limoges to the left of it. The small navy colored plate with gold. That Maneki-neko cat is definitely from Gotokuchi Temple, which is not too far from this market actually. It is in Setagaya Ward. Here's a video I took a while back. Well, you don't often see menorahs in Japan, and a Catherine home pot in mustard. Those look like they could be Fire King mugs maybe. And there's a jadeite lemon squeezer, or citrus reamer officially. Oh look, another menorah. Cool. Her arm was swinging to the beat. I think they were listening to techno or trance. At least they were talking about dance music from the late 90s. I'm such an unintentional eavesdropper. I don't know if that makes sense, but anyhow, now we're going down the main stretch, which is the busiest part. These potters are from Mashiko in Tochigi Prefecture, but using both oribe green glaze and shinoware techniques, which usually are attributed to Gifu and Aichi prefectures. This is why it's really difficult to identify if something is from a specific region for absolute certain. Here's another stall with mame zara. Mame means bean, and sara or zara means dish or plate, so it means small, like a little bean. They also have these little frogs, but I was kind of into the Kamimachi, which are pounded rice cakes decor that we have for the new year. This was a copper specialist. They had some beautiful items. It's getting pretty dark outside now, so the lighting isn't going to be great for filming with my basic equipment, i.e. my phone. However, you get to see the Boroichi in the evening, which is quite atmospheric. So the market dates back to 1578. However, back then we had a feudal system with a daimyo or lord overseeing this area. And to enliven it, he created a free market where vendors could sell products without paying market tax. Around 20 years later, we're now in the Edo period, and under Tokugawa shogunate rule, things change, the market disappears. But at some point during the Edo period, it re-emerges as a New Year market held only for one day at the end of the year. Mainly, they were selling New Year's supplies and agricultural machinery. Then, once into the Meiji period, the market started to become more mainstream, and by the 1880s, they started to sell clothes and boro, meaning rags. And that's when the name Boroichi started to be used. But the name wasn't officially adopted until the end of World War II. Anyway, the direct translation of Boroichi is rag market. The vendor here was saying that the Kokeshi displayed in the drawers looked like they were sharing a huge communal bath. Very sweet. This vendor had both woodblock printed ukiyo-e and machine printed, so if you're unsure, always just ask the vendor to confirm. As you can see, it's dark now and lighting limited for vendors, especially on the side streets. The sign says around 30% off. Ohajiki, a game where you flick a flat marble to hit another one. Lots of utensils for tea ceremony. And there's also some tetsubin, cast iron kettles or teapots. Hagoita paddles for Hanetsuki, a game traditionally played at New Year's. Just by where the streamers are hanging, there's an old building with a thatched roof, and it's called the Setagaya Daikan Yashiki, and it's the site of the official governmental residence of the Daikan, or local governor, from the mid-Edo period. Looks like some sort of weaponry rack. You can go inside, by the way. Oh, this will be the kitchen. You can usually go inside 9 a.m. to 4:30 p.m., closed on a Monday and national holidays, but it is a museum. Maybe I'll video it sometime on a non-market day and in daylight. So let's get back to the market. I feel like these streamer decorations are the symbol of the Boroichi because they're so recognizable. Here's a sign saying it's been going on for 447 years. That's in 2024. Some more lovely studio pottery. They have come over from Yamanashi Prefecture. We are now down another side street. This vendor always has bonsai plant pots or planters of varying sizes. Actually, the larger ones are quite small, but they get even smaller. I always think about buying one, but then do I really need one? Look, these ones are pretty tiny. It's mini. What can you get in there? It's tokoname ware, and they've come all the way from Aichi Prefecture. This is a different booth, but some of the plant and bonsai related stalls seem to be concentrated in this part of the market. I love these kuromatsu, the black pine, but I find it really hard to take care of. I've really failed at bonsai. Some old coins, a bit of a variety of antiques and vintage. Bento boxes all are new. The wood bento boxes are called magewappa, and usually from Odate in Akita Prefecture. Some more utensils and decor for Shintoism worship. Recently, I quite enjoyed checking out the tools. I want to know what they're all used for. Nice to see some remnants of what kind of goods the market may have sold back in the day. Some hocho cooking knives. So they're from Saitama Prefecture, so not too far from Tokyo. I like the blue and clear orbs. They're nice. What is that baby at the bottom? I only just noticed it during the edit. It's a bit creepy. Oh, the vendor must be really cold by now, sitting here all day. He has all kinds of stuff, even a pair of shoes on there. For those of you who like model trains, a Shinkansen bullet train here. Looks like it might be the Zero series from the 1960s with the shorter nose. They're much longer and sleek now. Loads of maneki neko, lucky cats, and more lacquerware and ceramics. There's around 700 stalls here at the Boroichi, by the way, so tons to see. You need a lot of time for sure, especially if it's your first visit. I thought this was really cute how its head was on sideways, made in Aizu, Fukushima Prefecture. They're usually known for their akabeko red cows. I think the brown one was a horse though. An old souvenir from Amano Hashidate, which is up in North Kyoto by the Japan Sea. This booth is located near the main entrance of the market and focuses on toys. The glass was very pretty at this booth. You're certainly spoiled for choice when it comes to ceramics at this market, and if that's what you're looking for, you're bound to find something to take home. She had more old Imari dishes, but I was particularly enamored by this Meiji period transferware bowl with the mythical creature Kirin in the center. I like the size and depth of it. If there were two, maybe I would have picked them up and put them in my new shop. Okay, we're at the entrance of the market, and I love sumomame, which is a pickled small peach type thing covered in a sticky syrup. They have other fruit choices too, and they also had candied apples there. So after the sugar fix, I'm just going to show you a little bit further down the main road. You come to another part of the market. It's a smaller side, but there's a whole street, and I think a lot of people miss this section. So I'll just show you a minute of that and then call it a day. They're starting to pack up anyway, quite a bit now, so it's getting quite sparse. but I feel there's more of a bohemian, chilled vibe on this side of the market. I think this was around 6:30 p.m., so even if the market is open until 8, things do start getting packed up earlier. I really like this vendor's display. That Nabeshima plate is gorgeous with both the celadon and sometsuke blue underglaze. It's a beauty. The teapot set looks like it's by Fukagawa, the Aritaware company. Okay, well, that's it from me and the Setagaya Boroichi. Thank you for coming along with me today. Hope you enjoyed exploring a bit of the market and see you again soon. Bye!